And Callie's Team Brian. Brian likes people that are Team Brian.
That's true.
We played with our team 5-second rule today. Did y'all listen?
It was great.
I won with my teammate. And she's awesome. She got a mug.
You know how you're always doing stuff with other people when we're watching you? Like answering calls and stuff?
Yeah.
See if Rick can talk to me. We're texting with a guy that listens to the show.
Give me a
see
day.
See if he's up for today at 10.
Okay. Are you up for today at 10? We are answering texts right now, live.
Question mark.
Yes. Question mark. They're important, you know? So thank you. What's up, Sheila, my girl? And what's up, Callie? Are you here? And YouTube, I see y'all watching.
And by the way, I asked her to do that because I don't have a keyboard. She's the one who gets to type. I'm not asking her to do.
He always tells me what to do, but that's all right. It's okay.
He always trying to make me look crazy.
Oh my gosh. Scranton Road Promotional Ministries, they sponsor us. They sponsor what's going on right now. And they make our mugs, our swag, our sweaters, our awesome stuff. Make sure to check them out. Click on the banner and read about them.
Oh.
Rick responded. He said sure. So now Brian has an appointment. It's going to be nice today. Woo! Can we get an applause for the day? Good job, whoever's in charge of that. Good job. Making it 80 degrees. This is a day I tell my kids, get out.
Yes.
Get out.
Yes.
And my daughter's, Raina, she loves that. And in fact, I got to like put boundaries on her. She's like, can I visit my friends? Can I go bike riding?
Can you call him at that time?
Yes. Oh, wow. You're really handling business. That is awesome. So we're going to continue our conversation on couples therapy. A call then. Couples therapy, different exercises that were suggested that you could do at home. And we encourage couples therapy, encourage counseling, even for yourself, which I'm in. But in the meantime, you can get a lot of stuff done at home. And one of the examples is 7 principles to make marriage work. In fact, in the first chapter, I don't want to discourage people from going, but he actually said most marriages need work and tune-up. He was like, most marriages, if they actually go through this book, will be good.
I would say, I would go as
counseling.
far as to say that he's too conservative. Every marriage needs a tune-up.
Oh, yeah.
Do you agree?
Do you agree, though? Because when Len is a little bit more, like, slow to go in counseling. But which, you know, like, he's finally almost there, but, you know, he's whatever. So when we were going on this 2-day trip, and he was like, I want to make the whole 2 days about this book and time together. He was like, when we were going through it, we would, like, do in 2 days, and we only got to, like, chapter 4. Like, you know, like, it really, I saw what Dr. Gottman said. A lot of those exercises is like, it was like counseling, intense counseling, not the one you did, but like that was worth like 10 appointments.
Sure.
Because like you said, a lot of the counseling, it's not in the session, it's in the exercises that they give you to do at home anyways. And so this article we looked at today has 9 of them. One of them I talked about is holding a State of the Union meeting. Because we usually associate that with our January State of the Union of our nation, just that label sounds so intense. I think if I went and told Lynn, listen, you know I'm all intense about schedules and stuff, he would probably be like, yo, calm down. We are okay. We don't need a State of the Union.
See, and I think I surprised you in this one.
You did.
Because it seemed to me like to do a dramatic interpretation of your approach of this State
Which
of the
we
Union
do often.
meeting.
Go ahead.
It would have been like, all right, Len, you good? Girl, I'm good. Oh, wait. Girl, I'm good. Marriage good? It's good. Good. Like that would have been it. That's a dramatic version.
Yeah.
But if you really dig into what this exercise is, and if you really take it seriously, it says state of your relationship meetings are weekly check-ins to see how you're both feeling in the relationship. Okay? Think of this as these brief meetups as opportunities to share things you haven't discussed, issues that need clarification, or conflicts that need to be resolved. Ideally, each person should have time to share how they're feeling, uninterrupted. So this is not like, how are you doing? I'm feeling sad about work. This is, how are you feeling in the marriage relationship?
And we've had to learn, and we identified too, that a lot of our marriage conflict were really not about our marriage. They were about our kids. And so again, with this, it's not talking about the kids, not talking about the family. It's about you and me. How are you feeling?
And this is not as well what you think about the marriage relationship.
Yeah.
It's not your goals or your outlooks. This is literally you using feeling words. Get a feelings chart and you're going, right now in our marriage, I feel, and then you have to put a word in that at the end, that it's an actual feeling word.
But I also like that it said talking about things that need adjustments or concerns.
And that's
It
an outgrowth
said,
of that concept.
think of these brief meetups as opportunities to share things you haven't discussed, issues that need some clarification, and conflicts that need to be resolved. That last one, Dr. Gottman, and I can share a link of the book. It's like Transform My Marriage in 2 days. Well, kind of. He mentions, and we've said this before, that he says most thriving marriages have ongoing conflict all the time.
That's not resolved.
That's not resolved. But I like this kind of brings it up of like in these meetings, touching on those, because there's some conflicts that aren't resolved, but you still need to, okay, let's keep talking about this. Like kids bring up a lot of those. And so I like that as like another opportunity to touch on those because of what he says. You're always going to have those, so you can bring those up. But then also with the grind of life, man, when you don't have this, you can go months and years with unresolved, and it's not even conflict, it's feelings.
Because
it's
there's
like
no natural opportunity to share it.
what you just said. You said he got deep. Like, y'all, he got deep. He talked about feelings on the show. And you like, that's right. And you said one of the feelings about, man, I feel ignored and like I miss you and we haven't connected. That feeling is a man or a woman. That could go on for many months and years. Feeling like you're not interested in spending time with me. You know? And it's so subtle, but it can chip away at the trust, and the intimacy in your marriage.
Yeah.
The part about feelings, before we move on to your favorite, and maybe we could share a new one too, because I know many people listen to the show. That was surprising how you said you struggle, but I think a lot of men struggle with feeling. Like that's just, I think most husbands, if you'd be like, baby, we're going to talk every week about how you feel about our marriage, they would look at you like, what? Because a lot of, that's not a language I see men using a lot.
That's a problem.
Is there a better way to communicate that, or would you still say, no, we're going to talk about our feelings?
If it's a struggle, go get counseling. I mean, if you want a strong marriage, you're going to have to talk about your feelings. If you want to be closer to Christ, you're going to have to be aware of and share your feelings with Jesus.
So it's not a personality thing. It's not like, well, I'm not about feelings.
No, that's not an option. You're a human being created with emotions.
Yeah.
And if you look at Scripture, it's packed full of emotion and
yeah.
feeling. And the Lord designed us this way. So if you ignore your emotions, you're not actually ignoring them. You're stuffing them. And you're going to be a very unhealthy, unhappy person.
Yeah. People on YouTube, I see y'all sitting there watching. Man or woman, first person to comment on YouTube, I'm going to blow a kiss to you. Okay? Man or woman. So let's see who's going to be first. Watch, nobody.
Blow a kiss to you.
What's up, Charles? Charles says, hi, family. Sheila, what's up? Nathaniel. Danella says, good morning, family. What's up, James? She agrees with Brian, Danella, and she's team Jannelle, by the way. What's up, Sandy and Miss Anita, Chris, Miss Viola, Jeffrey, Rob, who's very smart, and he is my brother, and he looks out for Lynn, says, does the book tell you how to handle moments which may trigger a negative response? Side note, I have a friend, his name is, who sends, what? I have a friend who sends my wife and I a state of their union letter each year, highlighting things that they overcame during the past year. Oh, that's kind of cool. A creative way of a couple holding another couple accountable. Do you see yourself doing that?
No, but it's cool that Rob does it.
Rob, because people probably flock to you for advice, marriage advice.
I mean, and quite frankly, it sounds like that couple, if they're already doing that, sending it to somebody else, they're pretty far along in working through their relationship. And not everybody's ready for that.
Danella agrees that we are designed this way, emotions. And she's like, right. Charles says, my wife and I are trying something new. We're working out together. Ooh, that's awesome. Len and I want to get that going, but time. We are using a product called Strength of Subduction, where we work out together. That is awesome. I actually talked about that being a fun day and a fun activity, and my boss and Brian were acting like I was crazy. And then we put Len on speaker, and Len was like, actually, that would be kind of fun. Thank you. So, Charles, you're awesome, and thank you. We think alike. Charles says, I'm thinking Len is going to like you blowing kisses to people. Look, nobody. Oh my gosh. Whatever.
People are like, I don't want that. I'm gonna be quiet.
Rob says, I think men may think talking about feelings means listening to someone vent or complain. What are your thoughts?
Sometimes it might be. But if you get in a regular habit of it.
And like you said, let them go first. I think that's what you said.
Well,
you said go
if you're the initiator, you don't want to be like, I think we should talk about our feelings. You go first. And I think you ought to be strategic. If you just start giving a list of complaints, you're going to be having a problem.
Yeah.
How's our relationship? I feel loved this week because you did X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And that really connects to my soul. Think about how much that can enhance your relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's worth doing. And if you struggle to do it, go get marriage therapy.
Look at me, I'm refreshing. I'm like, there's no way,
Nobody wants a kiss from you.
Mary says, I'm enjoying this, thank you. Charles says they're afraid of Lynn. Danella says, I love you both, but I am totally Team Jannelle.
Wow.
Well,
that's right.
We've learned one thing today. Danella has problems.
You smart girl. I like it. The one you like, the letter. Or do you want to share a new one? Or I could share a new one, but...
Go ahead, you share a new one.
Okay.
People like you.
So I really liked exercise number 5, and we can post a link so you can see all of them. But use the story. Use this story. Use this. The story I'm telling myself, and then you go on when you're in conflict. And so here it goes. It says, when you're in the midst of a conflict, it's easy to project your feelings onto your partner. But that doesn't help anyone. Instead of pointing fingers, demonstrate to your partner that you're giving them the benefit of the doubt, which we talk about often here, by using the my story statements. For example, instead of, you don't want to spend time with me, you could say, my story right now is that you don't want to be with me because I'm too much. I would never tell that to Len because I'm not too much. But it's like an awkward silence. But
This is a woman who just tried offering blowing kisses to people.
I am not too much. And look, nobody's commented. Okay, fine. If you comment on YouTube, Brian will blow kisses at you. Maybe it's a bunch of women.
Will not.
It's a bunch of women. That's what it is.
No, I'm not blowing
Kelly
kisses.
will blow kisses at you. Man, y'all
There's
are
no
like...
kissing on YouTube, okay? But you know what'll happen? Nothing. We'll say hello.
Wow.
How about that?
Charles says, I think when I hear I want to talk about my feelings, it means I am about to hear about my faults. I may not like it, but I'm blessed that my wife can talk to me and me know that she's not getting from me emotionally. David said, what's up? David's Team Brian. So I like the idea of when I communicate a concern to Len, saying the way I'm taking it or the way I look at it. Number one, because it's all about perspective. And number two, I take ownership for my feelings. You know, like one feeling that comes up a lot is in terms of I miss you and I feel like you don't value spending time together. Like, let's say, there's other words, but I'm saying there are weeks or like the last couple weeks, he's like busy and he's gone. And when Len gets in a focus on completing a project, he looks like he's good. Okay, peace out. Like he's just like, dude, like, do you miss us? Do you want to spend maybe an hour with us? So I like the idea of saying, man, babe, I miss you and I feel lonely, or I feel like you're not whatever. Like, it's my feeling. That doesn't mean he's not wanting to spend time or he doesn't miss time together. And I've needed to do that more in the beginning of our marriage, owning my feelings. And I think it helps me too in terms of my perspective, because throughout our, especially in the beginning of our marriage, I would believe my perspective and not realize, let me hear his side. Just because I feel like we're not dating enough, it doesn't mean that my story's true. And it gives him the chance to explain himself.
Did you see the twist though?
Go ahead.
It's my story right now is that you don't want to be with me because I'm too much.
Oh,
Not my story right now is that you don't want to be with me because you're a selfish jerk that regrets marrying me.
oh yeah.
You should say
Or
that.
you're a workaholic, or you value your friends more than you value me, or
My story right now is that you don't want to be with me because I'm not as fun as I used to be, or I'm not as cute as I used to be, or I'm just too cute. And it's overwhelming to be around such beauty.
You have
Then
someone on YouTube.
that's right. Oris says good morning. Who does Oris get a kiss from?
No one.
No?
It came after.
Oris, welcome. Oris.
It came after the offer of nothing.
Oh my goodness. Jannelle says my hub is like that too. All right, I used to become so offended, and I perceived it to be totally personal. Yeah, that's what it is. We take stuff personal, and a lot of times I would share with Lynn. Let's say I do it the right way. Hey, babe, I feel like I feel lonely, or like we're not spending enough time. And when I share my story with him, he'd be like, man, there's this and this going on at work, or I'm doing, like, it had nothing to do with me. And I keep it going in my head in terms of my own perspective. Charles says they get the kiss from Kelly. Kelly, come on, give a kiss.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Wow, she see that? She's
I
committed.
got up. Mwah.
See
There you
that?
go. Hi. Okay, I'm done.
Reese is quiet.
All right.
I know.
Alrighty, y'all. Thank you for coming. We'll put the link up. You can look at the rest. Peace out.